Well, a few years ago, 2005, I got placed on probation for failure to register as a sex offender from a crime that was committed that I was accused of in 1990. So, and actually it was a law that I didn't know. It was something I didn't even know I was supposed to do. You know, I pled guilty. I was 16 years old when I pled no contest to it because they told me I could go home right away. So, you know, it's one of those things where if you plead guilty, we'll put you on probation, and this is it, and you can move on with your life. And I did that, and at this point I'm living in the woods, you know, pretty much homeless. As you can see, I live in a tent, and you know, really, I violated my probation for failure to register as a sex offender. I went to prison, and I came out, and at that time I was told that, you know, the only thing I could do was be homeless because there's nowhere in compliance in Cobb County for me to live. So pretty much I was directed to come live in the woods as a homeless person.
The punishment has to stop somewhere, anywhere. But down here, it doesn't stop. I mean, it's cold, freezing my butt off down here. If a hurricane comes, I can't go to a shelter. And this is it. This is ugly as it gets. And this is America. I'm ashamed.
It's a question that can come up in a tragic way. Where do registered sex offenders go when they need emergency shelter?
Last year, Thomas Pauly was found frozen to death in a Grand Rapids salvage yard. The state's registered sex offender list banned him from staying in shelters because those shelters were too close to a school.
24-year-old David Griffin was arrested Friday after police say he used a machete to rob the Couch Chevron on Grand Avenue in River Beach. Police now say he's the same man who committed crimes against two registered sex offenders the day before. One of the sex offenders had his front door kicked in and windshield smashed. The other was assaulted and hit with a hammer at his home. As KSBY's Steve Adamson tells us, the case sparks debate over whether sex offenders' addresses should be public.
Nebraska is being sued over its sex offender registry.
This after the legislature changed it last year. Now everyone convicted of a crime with a sexual element is on the public registry, on the internet for anyone to see.
Tonight, accusations of harassment, vandalism, and even worse.
Cops don't have a motive yet, but Chief Michael Chitwood is sure it's not a random shooting. The chief says the couple was looking for Robinson Sr., but killed his son instead. 13-year-old Lloyd Robinson Jr. had just finished the 7th grade. He was spending the summer with his dad before he headed back to school. The teen will never see his friends again.
After 6 years, my baby was gone. He come all the way back home to just to be shot down in the street like a dog by a man he never knew.
While in prison, family members say he changed his life and got an education. Early Saturday morning, moments after getting out of a car in front of his cousin's home on Simmons Avenue, Rutherford was shot 5 times. Police say Cameron Barron was driving past, stopped his car, and opened fire.
He didn't always make the right decisions in his life, like pretty much of his own. You know, but he was one guy who went in jail. You know, everybody go to jail, but no one come back and actually does something about themselves.
Out of nowhere, I just started getting hit with sticks. I got hit with a baseball bat on my back. I was just getting stomped, and I was getting beat up for at least for like a good 45 seconds before I knew what was going on. They shouldn't have took the law into their hands, okay? Because, look, they got the wrong guy. What if they would have killed me? Then what?
And a suspect entered with a wooden stick of some sort and began beating him about the head. He did indicate that he was there and doing this attack because of the victim's status as a sex offender.
This is a list of where every registered sex offender in Bexar County is working. Last year, we were the first to put it online after the Attorney General ruled this information is public.
Now, within just the past few days, the Department of Public Safety has started posting where a sex offender works on its website. You search a sex offender's name, the name of his employer also comes up.
Legislators have a choice in crime policy. We can reduce crime or we can play politics. And we're good at both. And once you've decided what you're going to do, it's not hard. Once you've decided what you're doing, it's not hard. We know how to reduce crime and save money while we're doing it. Research clearly demonstrates that a comprehensive approach, a strategy of prevention, early intervention, and rehabilitation will significantly reduce crime and usually save more money than you spend in the process.